All right, I'll talk louder. Okay. Well, hello everyone. We are the Text NFT team, and we are extremely excited to show you guys our final product. So here's our team. Let's take a moment to admire our gather avatars. All right. So my name is Dhanashree Prabhu. I am a backend developer as well as the product manager for weeks 8 through 10. So what is the purpose of our product? Why have we created it? Well, the market for digital assets has been recently decreasing, and we believe it's due to the lack of NFT creators. Many people don't feel like they have the artistic ability to delve into the NFT world, and that's only restricted to digital artists. Our mission is to change this view. We want to make the creation of NFTs to be easy, accessible, and inclusive of everyone. This is where our product comes in. Text NFT will be able to generate an NFT from any prompt the user enters. This approach allows users to jump into the sea of digital assets without any prior experience or artistic skills. So now I'll pass it on to Felix, who will talk about our timeline of the past 10 weeks.
Hello, I am Felix San, and I am the machine learning engineer. I was the product manager for week 4 to 7, and here's the timeline. During week 1 to 3, we discussed the project ideas, we met with team members, established roles, and created milestones for the rest of the week. Week 4 to 7, we started working. We got the front end, doing the Python script, and we learned about Web3 and blockchain. The last 2 weeks, we just try to finalize the front end and host the front end and back end. And the final project is where we could write a prompt and print and mint an NFT. And here is our Notion page where we'd use to organize our ideas, thoughts, and research. This is where we also put down tasks for each individual team member or groups of members and the sprint board. And I will pass it on to Audie to talk about the tech stack.
Hi, I'm Adi. I am the front-end engineer and developer. And our tech stack include multiple different languages, APIs, programs, and platforms. The notable ones being Python, which we used in combination with the ThirdWeb SDK to mint NFTs and NFT collections. Google Cloud Platform, which is what we're using to host everything. The Dream Studio API, which is how we're getting the images. Node.js as our backend, and TypeScript, which we used in combination with Node.js to bundle everything up. And now I'm gonna pass it on to Drew for the final demo.
All right. Hey everyone. So I'm gonna start sharing my screen. All right. So this is our GitHub page, and we have the link to the site right here. So if you want to access that, go there. Someone else should be sending you a link to the collection and this same link in the chat. But if I click here, then we see that we have our site open up. And this is super exciting. Now we finally have a way for a user to input a prompt and some number of images that they want to be generated. So let me check the chat. Does anyone have any? God scolding Satan for tempting Eve. All right, let's try it out. Let me get that prompt. All right, let's say 3 images. Now, when I click generate, we have the site it's prompting us for our contract address and for our wallet address private key. And what we have been able to do is now a user doesn't even need a pre-existing collection site. All they need is a MetaMask account, and they can acquire these 2 input fields, the contract address and the private key, right from there. And then it'll send those images to a collection that is linked with that account. So let me input these right in: contract address, private key. All right, so now this should take some time to mint. So I will pass it on to Eli to talk about the next steps, and then we'll check back in a few. All right.
Okay. Hi, I'm Eli, and I worked on the front end. I'm a front end developer for Text NFT. And although this was only 10 weeks and we accomplished so much, there's so much more that we want to include. And to start with, we want to extend the front end. Right now, it's only a couple pages and only a couple interactive features, but incorporating more pages, more components, and more of a interactive feel would be awesome to make it replicate other websites on KAZM. And on a more technical side, we want to incorporate also as an encryption and MetaMask connection. So right now you can see it's a little bit insecure, not secure, but if we can use MetaMask to acquire the private key, wallet address, and any other information through a safe and secure system, as opposed to simply typing it in, then that would be awesome. And that's what we hope to do in the future. And yeah.
All right, so our experiences, what have we learned, what have we gained? So, well, to start off, I must say the past 10 weeks have been extremely inspiring and a phenomenal learning opportunity for me. It's hard to process how a group of 5 teenagers from all around the country, along with their amazing lead, were able to piece together all the moving parts and to create such an intricate project. Towards the beginning of the project, I had barely any interaction with the world of digital assets and I was completely new to backend development. But throughout this program, I can safely say that my knowledge in these fields have grown. I learned how to use the Google Cloud Platform and its virtual machines, storage buckets, and I've explored the many features GitHub has to offer, and I've learned many terminal commands. Overall, this was such an interesting and fun-filled experience, and I'm so glad I got the opportunity to work with these people and create this product. Okay, now I'll pass it on to Felix.
Okay, first, I just want to congrats my team members for the effort they put in this project. I got to know them, and the task and work we did together was amazing. We all did so well, and I'm glad I was here with them. I learned how to communicate with others, setting deadlines, and gaining skills such as trying to pick up things through trial and error. I definitely learned more about GCP and NFT, and I'm thankful for the opportunity AI Camp has given us so we can evolve and expand as a person. How was your experience, Drew?
Thanks for asking. First off, I would just love to thank AI Camp for like giving me this opportunity to be part of this amazing incubator program. I mean, like the skills I gained in these past 10 weeks, I haven't been able to gain anywhere else. The late night 1 a.m. calls, the PSD, EST time difference. I mean, the grind was real. But I mean, I've learned so much, not just the technical skills of like React front-end deployment, but I mean, also just being able to work with a wonderful team, collaboration, communication, setting deadlines, making sure I know my responsibilities. And I mean, it's really helped me develop in all these different aspects. So thank you.
Yeah, and what I learned from this project, I think the most important thing, to boil it down, how much goes into making a web application. I've always known it's much more sophisticated than what we just see on our screens, but I feel I really understand now what the career, what the workforce looks like in the software development. And specifically on my front end, I learned React and how much more sophisticated and how scalable it is compared to my simple HTML that I knew before. And even just exploring the back end and with Node and web deployment and looking at the problems that my teammates had was incredibly resourceful. And on a more team level, I think also just these past 10 weeks has really showed how important it is to break down and realistically set goals for each week to create a successful product. We communicated incredibly well considering our time differences, and we set realistic goals that eventually to implement all of them together to create the product that we have after these 10 weeks. And Adi will now talk about his experience.
My experience is really with learning how to make a backend. Previously, I could just, have it appear, but not do anything. It's static, useless, really. I mean, now knowing how to have a backend, I can really expand some of my future projects or anything else. And it was a really nice learning experience. And Prasanga was a great lead.
All right, so Sri, can you can you show the OpenSea?
Yes, 1 second. All right.
All right. Unfortunately, we were not able to get those images, but these are a couple of images. I like this astronaut playing basketball with cats in space. That's actually one of the prompts from DALL-E. And I inputted this like about half an hour ago, but we see that we can put in a text prompt and then some number of images. In this case, I did 5, and we were able to get these images. And yeah, I also something funny. Wait, streets. I put in AI camp just as a test. Wait, click on it.
Which one?
The first one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's a little bit disturbing, but I guess this is Stability's interpretation of AI camp. But yeah, point is, it was working earlier, and obviously we still have things to do, work to be done as always. And yeah, I think Felix has a quote that he wants to say.
Before we go on to Felix's quote, we would love to give a special thank you to Prasanga. These past 10 weeks couldn't have been what we couldn't have accomplished the things we've done these past 10 weeks without you. And we wish you all the best on your test tomorrow.
Thank you, Prasanga.
Good luck, Prasanga, and thanks.
Thank you so much. All right, now Felix.
Yeah, so here is one quote for our progress here, which is the best view comes after the hardest climbs. NFT out. Thank you, guys.
Round of
Alright.
applause for our Text NFT team.